when I landed, oh, for fuck's sake. Damn it! Oh, come on, man.
Welcome back, Captain K9 Karok 9
So when I landed, this is right outside of the airport. Isn't this cute? I tried to take a video and then like a bunch of fucking people walked in front of me. So I was like, oh, cool. But that's kind of nice, no? The Bali airport is pretty nice. Pretty nice. So the flight was nice. Oh, I will say there was some awkward moment. Ari said it was funny, and she laughed at me. I don't think it was that funny. So basically, on the flight, I felt really weird because I didn't know how to act normal because I haven't flown in a little while. You know, I haven't done my own stuff, so I felt really unnormal. So I was looking at all the other humans, right? And when I was looking, I was like, okay, I need to copy someone to act normal. So I looked around to see who was the most normal. The person to the right of me was like this old man. Older man. It wasn't like super old, but so I looked at him, right? And I was like, okay, is this guy normal? And so I was like analyzing him, and he looked normal to me. He looked like a normal human. So I was like, okay, I'll try and just emulate him because I feel really unnormal right now. So I started like copying his like leg movements, his like posture. I like sat up the same way as him. When he looked over to the window, I would like look as well. And then when he looks back, I would look forwards. And then when the person came by for the drink, he ordered like a fucking juice, and I ordered the same juice. And then I like sipped at the same time as him, and I like moved my hand at the same time as him. And to the point, I guess I was doing it way too much. I didn't realize how much I was doing it, but he was like, are you like copying me? Like he called me out on it, and I was like, oh, sorry, I didn't mean to. And he didn't even reply after that. He was like, huh? Like he gave like this face. I was like, man. He kind of got like mad. I don't know if he got mad, but after he called me out, he gave me that look. He was like, and then I was like, oh, for God's sake. So I just sat up. How do I explain it? I wonder if I can find an image. I didn't know what to do with myself because I was like, I can't copy this guy anymore because he's onto me, right? So I decided the next best thing was to just act as normal looking as possible. So I sat there for the whole flight like this. To me, this was the normal position. I had both legs like kind of like straight together, and I had both of my palms on my legs, and I sat up with my back as straight as possible, and I just stared. I stared like directly down the aisle for the entire flight. I'm not even kidding. I felt so awkward. I was like, there's no way. People think I'm not normal now. If they look at me, they're gonna think I'm not normal. So I'm like, I don't know what to do. But I can't copy this guy because he called me out. I don't know what to do anymore. The flight was only an hour and 50 minutes. It wasn't that long. Because I had an economy, there was like a person to the left and to the further left. That makes sense. So it was like this. It was like that, right? Like that's the seating, but it was obviously like way closer. Like the seats are very close on economy. You know what I mean? So I was this one, right? The window seat was over here. Okay. For the first flight. And so the old guy was here. This girl next to the window was like some girl, right? I don't know anything about her, but she was a girl. Looked around the same age as me. She was like really tired, and she fell asleep, and her head like hit this guy on his shoulder, and then he looked at her and went and like scorned, and while she was asleep, and I was like, oh, what the, you motherfucker, that is so mean. I felt so bad. I was so close to being like, yo, you want to switch seats? So then they can like rest
Two
on my
guys sitting
shoulder.
in the
But I was
plane
like,
5 feet
I,
apart.
I was like, that would be inappropriate because if I asked that, that would mean like I'm trying to hit on the girl or something. And I felt really unnormal. So I was like, I'm just going to be quiet and just let that happen. So, yeah. In any case, that happened. The flight was fine. I arrived on time and everything. And there was basically nothing to do for a while until I could check in. When I was checking in, they were like, "Oh, hi. So, where's your partner?" And I was like, "Oh, what do you mean?" And they were like, "Oh, are you alone?" I was like, "Yeah." And they were like, "Oh, but you have like a couple's room." I was like, "Well, that's the only one that was available." And they're like, "Oh, okay, that's fine." I was like, "Okay, what? Whatever then." So anyway, after they took me to my room, I sat down and I was like, "Oh yeah, this is cool, nice," and I kind of just relaxed for a bit. I looked at the menu. They had a massive menu for like room service, and I ordered a bunch of stuff from room service over the course of being there. I took a few pictures of some.